Hey everyone, happy November. Welcome to the Encouragement Box membership site. I am wanting to share with you a little bit today about writing your own Thanksgiving prayer. And I've also included a really simple template if you want to give it a try, but you just feel like you don't know where to start. So there's also a little template with some steps you can go through if you would like to give it a shot. And my printer isn't working, so I'm going to be glancing over to the right where my laptop is to see some notes. So that's what I'm doing. If it feels like I have a shifty gaze, that's what I'm doing. So why would you want to create your own Thanksgiving prayer? Well, there are several reasons. First of all, it's a very special occasion, and a special occasion warrants a special prayer or something that's just a little bit out of the ordinary that you wouldn't do every day. Doing your own Thanksgiving prayer also really invites reflection. It makes you think about your year and really consider the things that you're thankful for. And I think it also would do that for the people that you're with to hear your prayer. Another reason, it will result in specifics that relate to your life and your family and your friends during this season and this year. So it's neat to have a prayer that's very specific to you and your situation. There's nothing wrong with general prayers, or there's lots of really good ones out there. You can look around on Google or Pinterest and find all kinds of interesting and beautiful prayers, but there's something special about having one that is your own and that's written by you. So it also just it makes others feel good. It makes you feel brave. It's it's kind of risk to put your thoughts out there, but it's also really empowering. And Thanksgiving and sharing your gratitude is kind of a safe way to begin to share your heart a little bit more with your family and friends. Sharing your gratitude and being specific about your gratitude also increases the sense of thankfulness and makes you even more grateful for your blessings, even more aware of God's goodness in your life. So it's kind of cool. Gratitude begets gratitude. Thanksgiving just makes you more tuned in to all of your blessings. So that's a really cool thing to experience. It also helps everyone think about the meaning of the holiday and specific things they're thankful for. When your family hears you talking about the things that you're grateful for or that are meaningful to you, they are more likely to share theirs as well. And you might start a trend. Other people might want to chime in and say things that they're thankful for. If you have family around when you're writing your prayer, they might ask you what you're doing and want to write one too, which could be cool, I think, to have a tradition and have lots of people join in. So it could become a tradition. You write your Thanksgiving prayer this year, and next year, people might be asking you, "Hey, are you going to write another prayer?" So that's a really cool tradition to have, to share prayers and make that part of your family tradition. And it also helps everybody kind of remember what was going on during that season or that year. So the commotion is that my dog has decided that he wants to play. So he's off camera, but acting really crazy. So another reason is a lot of times I know in my family, people are asked to pray before the meal, and some people are really comfortable with that, but some people aren't. They kind of want to, but they're nervous, and it's just, they're not used to praying in front of other people, but they want to. So writing your prayer in advance gives you kind of maybe a safer feeling, because you know you're not going to stumble over the words. You've got it right there. You already have the written prayer. So that is also a cool way to kind of branch into praying out loud or praying in front of a group if that's something that you're not used to doing or you're a little bit uncomfortable with. Okay, so lots of good reasons why you might want to write your own Thanksgiving grace or prayer. And like I said, you have the template there, but I also had a few more tips that I just wanted to share. First of all, if you decide that you want to do this, I want to invite you to make it a really fun and nurturing ritual. Do it because it sounds fun, not because, oh my gosh, well, I guess I should sit down and write this prayer. Try to make it a fun experience. Reserve some quiet time and really reflect on your blessings and getting your ideas down of things that you're thankful for. Or you might, make the environment really pleasant. If you have a seasonal candle and a fall scent, pumpkin or apple or whatever you like, take a minute to light that candle and fix yourself a cup of tea or hot chocolate or whatever you like to drink. Turn on some beautiful worship music and let yourself just be still. Kind of get in a worshipful frame of mind and enjoy the quiet, and then just take some time to pray. Take some time to talk to the Lord and just have your own little, even if you don't write a prayer, this would be fun to do. Have a Thanksgiving fest with God. I think a lot of times, when I'm praying, or having my quiet time, I give thanks, but I'm mindful that I don't have endless amounts of time, and I want to thank the Lord, but I also, maybe I want to confess something, and I want to pray for my family, and I need to pray for my day. So, but having time set apart to do nothing but give thanks is just a wonderful experience. It's exciting, and it makes you feel so good to just count your blessings and really say, I'm going to take all the time I want and just thank God for everything I can think of. It's kind of an exciting experience. And as you do that, you have your journal with you and maybe make note of some things that you want to mention in your prayer. It's also fun if you do have a gratitude practice to kind of look through your gratitude journal from the year or previous years. And sometimes that will remind you of what God has done in your life or a season He has brought you through. And that not only encourages you, but may just reinforce an idea or a theme that you want to address when you write your Thanksgiving grace. I just want to remind you that your prayer is probably going to be too short to include everything you're thankful for. So pick some highlights, maybe something that's meaningful to the whole group that's going to be there, your family or your friends, and really think about that occasion. Consider including specific details about that day and the year that you've had. So, if there's somebody that's with you that's maybe not normally with you on Thanksgiving, maybe include your thankfulness for that person and their presence as part of your Thanksgiving grace. If there was a special recipe that was included, maybe give thanks for that, but really think about what makes that day unique and memorable and focusing in on those neat details. Those are just my thoughts. I know this Thanksgiving, I'm going to be at my mother-in-law's with my husband and my sister-in-law and our 3 nieces. And I've been asked to bring rolls or cookies. I will be missing my immediate family who will be celebrating other places. But I know that my mom and I have plans to make the rolls together, and I will be grateful for that experience and just, looking forward to the season. And I think it's fun to think about all the different elements of the holiday and also to consider, who you're missing. Consider, I always like to pray at Thanksgiving and Christmas for people that I know or people that I don't know, either way, who might be suffering or lonely or sick or, just not able to enjoy the holiday the way they would like to. I really have a heart for those people during the holidays, and I'd like to mention them in my Thanksgiving grace and my prayers. So you might want to do that too. Another fun thing, and I realize this may not be practical if you have a huge group for your holiday. We don't usually have a huge group at Thanksgiving, so it's conceivable for me to actually take a moment and thank God for each person at the table, maybe express gratitude for something I love about that person. Since we usually have about, maybe 7 people, I can do that. If you have a group of 30 or 40, that's probably not going to be practical for you. But it's nice to maybe thank God for the person that's hosting, it's opening up their home, or, however God leads you. But I like thanking God for the specific people that are gathered together as much as I can and as much as is practical. So share your heart, can just use everyday words. You don't have to be a poet to write a prayer. It's just about sincerity of the heart and, kind of talking to God in front of other people. That's basically what it is. Give yourself plenty of time to do this. My suggestion is to take one session to brainstorm what you want to put in the prayer, maybe another session to actually write it out, and then another session to revise. If you want to copy it on nice paper, you can. If you're just going to read it, then I don't know. It's kind of up to you if that's important to you or not. Address it to God, say amen at the end. It's a pretty straightforward thing, but I think it's really rewarding, and I think other people that you're with would be really blessed by it. Consider inviting other people to do this with you. If you have children, you might want to ask them to do it with you. If you have siblings that might want to join in, I think in some families there are people that would totally be on board with this, and maybe in some families they'd be like, no, that's okay for you to do, but I don't want to. But it's something you can put out there if you think others might want to join in and, write an original prayer to share also. If you are nervous about sharing your prayer, I would encourage you to go ahead and Google some Thanksgiving prayers or look them up on Pinterest. And I think in doing this, you will see that there are gobs of different prayers out there. And there's not like a magical special thing that it has to be a good Thanksgiving prayer. There's not a right way or a wrong way. You will see longer prayers and shorter prayers and fancier prayers and more common everyday prayers. So I think maybe if you saw some of the others that were out there, it might alleviate some of your nerves. There is no magic length requirement. Some prayers are short, some prayers are long. Again, I hate to be repetitive, but seriously, what matters is sharing your heart. Read the prayer aloud at your family meal, or you could also write it down and give everyone a copy. You could mail it to a friend or family member that's far away that can't be with you. I'm sure they would just love that and feel a part of things. Another little variation I thought of that you could do for a family member that's either celebrating with you or someone who is far away, but send them a top 10 reasons I'm thankful for you list. I mean, that's a totally different option than writing a prayer, obviously, but I was just thinking that might be something that would touch a relative or friend that can't be with you on the day. So those are my top suggestions for why you should consider writing your own Thanksgiving grace and some tips to go about it. I hope that the template that I've included here in the membership site is also useful to you. And I hope that you consider doing this and just have fun with it. Well, whether you write your own Thanksgiving grace or not, I just want to tell you how thankful I am to you for being a part of the encouragement box, for subscribing, and for being my friend and being my supporter. I am truly grateful for you, and I wish you and your family and friends a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving.